Hey, it's Krissie Bee, your friendly neighborhood journalist. Good morning, America. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Black News. Shout out to MTS Network, where they take your dream and they put it on the screen. It's like every thought I've ever had. It's super duper cool to see it kind of come to life. So I got to give a big old shout out to them. You can catch everything that we have going on mtsnetwork.com. So go check that out. We got documentaries, we've got web series. You can see any content that we have. That's where you go to see that at. This week is a little different. I kind of tried to structure the show a little bit better than I have. So we're going to have different segments and we're going to kind of get a little bit of a better flow. So we're going to start out the show today with a little bit of politics and just a little bit of the Supreme and the Judicial Court. We're going to throw it all in there for our first topic. So before we get into the negative, I like to start it out with positive. So we're going to talk about Michigan's youngest and first Black woman on the Supreme Court justice. Her name is Kyra Harris Bolden. Y'all know I butcher names all the time. She's the youngest and the first Black woman to sit on the state's high court at 34 years old. So she's 34. She had the highest numbers of bills passed by any freshman representative. 4 years later, she made history again whenever she was appointed to the Supreme Court. That was 84 years after her great-great-grandfather was lynched. So she says, my family has gone from lynching to law school and from injustice to capital J justice, period. That's what she told Essence Magazine. So how do you feel about that?
First of all, shout out to Black people.
Shout out.
Because that is super amazing. And I really hope that she is a positive role model for the younger generation to show that you can literally do anything you want to do.
Right.
And shout out to her for doing something that a lot of us can't do. So, no power to you, girl.
Right. You know what I mean? Like, that's such a legacy. Like, her whole reason for doing this is because her great-great-grandfather was lynched. So it's like she got appointed exactly 84 years after he was lynched. So that's crazy legacy. Like she said, shout out to Black people. I'm all here for it. Unfortunately, we can't stay positive too long because this is reality news. This is really what's happening. So let's go ahead and talk about Black jobs.
Oh, Lord.
So, Cheeto Man, Trump, did y'all see that? Did you see that?
First of all, I just want to say, watching that debate was like watching two geriatric folk at the nursing home fighting over the last Jello.
Because I know you are the one in mine.
And then we both need to retire and go about our business. It's what it gave.
Spider-Man's in the room and he's pointing at Spider-Man. That's what it looked like. They were saying the same things to each other. But this has sparked a whole bunch of debates online, so we're going to get into it. So in response to the first general elections debate, the only question that was regarding Black voters, Trump took a shot at Biden's immigration stance, arguing that immigrants were stealing Black jobs. The exact quote was, they're taking Black jobs now and Hispanic jobs. It could be 18, 19, 20 million people.
What is a Black job?
Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what Black Americans Black Americans and politicians took to social media. They're like, what did you mean by that, sir? What is a Black job? Well, did you mean it in a derogatory way? Because if so, take a sip of water and explain yourself, sir. What if you didn't mean it in a derogatory way? Take a sip of water. I'm sorry. I had to break this down like we're three because nobody understands what you meant.
I've never in my life searched for a Black job.
I've never in my life searched for a Black or Hispanic job. I've never applied for the white-only jobs. I didn't know that there were white-only jobs or Black-only jobs. Like, what are those Black-only jobs? Because I'm Black and I'm a journalist. You're Black and you are a director, a producer, a creator, owner of your own network. So, baby, what's the Black jobs?
Yes. Please, can you read us the fine print?
I was so confused where he was going with that. And they're trying to clean it up, like with the representatives and stuff like that are trying to clean it up now. And of course, they're not even staying on topic. They're like, everybody's mad, but Trump's made the most jobs free. What does that have to do with Trump saying what he said? Okay. Why do we keep on ignoring red flags? Like,
and more importantly, why are we paying attention to the fact that every question that was asked, he deflected? He didn't even have straight out answers.
Like, he didn't stay on task at all. It was.
I mean, I ain't saying I'm just gung ho for Uncle Joe because I wish the both of them retired.
Yeah.
Like, There should be an age limit.
There should be an age limit, and because at this point it's getting sad. They were sleepy and grumpy at the debate. They were like time. They had their Flintstone violence. They were just acting out. We also got to stay on Trump because didn't he get immunity from his felonies or whatever?
From what? I guess because what I read was that they are saying that anyone who commits whatever during their presidency, they get immunity, which I think is crazy. That's more like that gives you king range.
That gives you king status. Like you can do whatever you want as long as you're in charge of the country and there's no consequence. That's definitely hierarchy. That's king shit.
Yeah.
This is kind of the opposite of what we're going for because you're supposed to be voted out if you do some fuck shit. Like, that's why we've got all
You're supposed to be held accountable, first of all. Like,
if that was the case, then you owe everyone that was impeached an apology. If it doesn't count, then it didn't count, right?
Yeah. Why is he the only one that gets immunity? Like none of the others did.
I'm confused. Unless I don't know the reason for if you got impeached because you did something wrong, but if everything gets washed under the rug as long as you're president, then how can we have so many impeached presidents?
I guess my question is why are they riding so hard for this one particular president? Like there are several that came before him, you know what I'm saying, that had their own issues or whatever. Like, why is this the one that the United States has decided, we're going to ride till the wheels fall off of this dude?
I mean, the wheels got over. I'm so, you're going to have to fill me in. What is it about him that's
I genuinely want to know. You know what I'm saying?
No shirt, no bullshit. Because y'all ride for him like Beyonce fans ride for her. Like, can't tell nobody nothing about Beyonce. And so I just want to know why Trump. What? Well, anyway, I mean, I don't want to know. I'll move on. We're going to talk about sports now. We're going to talk about Black people in sports. Got a couple of people that are setting some records. We're going to go with the Olympics first. So we got Quincy Wilson. Quincy Wilson becomes the youngest male track Olympian. Now, before I go here, I had to wait to release a story because little baby won't post saying nothing on Instagram. He got, kids, he got his call on Sunday, and then he will go to the Olympics. Hell yeah. He was like, to the Olympics, y'all. I was like, wait a minute. We're not making announcements until the end of the month. So I had to wait until July. So congratulations, Quincy Wilson. Isn't he 16? Yes. So he was selected. He broke an under 18 world record in the Olympic trials. He was selected for the 4x400 meter relay team. Somebody tell me how far that is. I should know that because my mama made me run track in school. But he got selected for that one. And now, like I said, the official team announcement wasn't until later in the month. But he did get to go ahead and announce that. And he's a high school student in Washington, D.C.
If I'm not mistaken, isn't that like one lap around the track? Because the 100 is like the straight, Yeah, okay. So there you go. It's a lap around the track. In a relay. So
the reason I'm not a track star is because we're not running from anything. We're just running around. I'm not doing this. I couldn't do it. So kudos to people who can do all that running stuff because it was not for me. When they told me we had a puke treat, I was like, I feel like I'm gonna throw up. All the girls was like, we throw up over there. Oh, that was nasty. No. They just said, now we over there. That's my go-to. Community vomit. That's my go-to. The other stuff is a vomit. And y'all talking about just go throw up and keep on running? Oh, I gotta go. Y'all too extreme for me. Shout out to Quincy, though, because he's doing his thing. Now we're going to go to the very first Black African rider to win the Tour de France. He went on July 1st. Bam Germain. I hope I'm saying your name right, sir. But he says that he wins for all Africans. Okay, period. 2 years prior, he made history when he won the stage at the Giro d'Italia, and he became the first Black American to win the Grand Tour, which is all three of like the major races. It's the Giro, the Tour, and the Spanish Vuelta.
Is this on the bicycle?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, baby.
His legs was fine. His balls was what I'm talking about. Oh, okay. So, story gets a little bit crazier. It gets crazier. During the celebration, whenever he won 2 years ago, during that celebration, he popped open a bottle of champagne on the stage, on the podium, and it popped him in his eyeball. Ooh. And he had to go to the hospital, and he didn't even get to compete. Ooh. So this is huge. It is huge. Because he came back and won the Tour de France.
Did he come back with 2 eyes?
I think he did. I don't think he did say that. I don't remember seeing anything about one googly. I think he got both. I think he had a bunch of eyes. Shout out to him. Let's move on to Gabby Thomas and Noah Lyles. These two win the 200-meter finals at the Olympic trials. Now, they compete with Sha'Carri Richardson. She finished 4th in the women's 200s, but she's still going to get to go to Paris and run the 100-meter. So Gabby and her were in the same race, and Gabby scored higher, and Noah scored high for the guys. What's unique about Gabby? Shout out to Sha'Carri as well. Pop your shit, sis. But what's unique about Gabby Thomas is she's Harvard educated. And she balances training for Paris while working at a Texas health clinic. Is she the one? Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. She works at volunteer work at a Texas health clinic for those that don't have insurance. She trains 3 to 6 hours a day for her Olympic stuff, and then at nights she works at an Austin volunteer healthcare clinic for people with no insurance, studying neurobiology. Y'all know how long it took me to practice saying that, and she's studying that. So, pop your shit, sis. She graduated from Harvard, and she earned a master's at the University of Texas in public health, which is also what she's using to kind of advocate for Black people. So that's really. Can you imagine? What's your daughter do while she's in the Olympics? And she's hella smart. And she just graduated from Harvard. And, she's just, well, peaceful.
I know her parents is from ear to ear. Oh, my gosh. That's amazing.
I made my mama pop one time. So, she's from too. Shout out to Black people. Those are our Olympics in our sports. Now y'all know we had to keep some balance, so we're going to move on to what the fuck news. Y'all ready?
I don't think I'm ever ready for what the fuck news. It's always something.
It's always some fuckery. Let's start off hard. A white couple was arrested for enslaving Black children. What, that seals on your spirits while I get my notes together?
So I read a little something about this, I think it was a couple of days ago. And it said that they had 3 of their 5 adopted children in a barn. In a room with no toilet, no AC. They had no way to get out of the barn. That is wild. That you would adopt some children and treat them that way.
See, I kept reading because I got in a rabbit hole because these are their charges: child endangerment, human trafficking of a minor, endangering children's life with neglect, and forced labor. The human trafficking one, it can't mean nothing else but what it means. I'm asking because I don't want to. They're already discussing humans to me, but this, you were human trafficking on top of all of that.
And how did y'all get 5 kids? Have y'all had more than 5? What happened to the others?
They said that one of the little babies was a friend from church or something like that. Like the 6-year-old, she was just tagging along. She was friends with the friends at church. So it's what?
Where was her parents?
Yeah. And maybe that's what she does is prey on the ones that don't have families or parents are working or whatever.
And that is so terrible. And stuff like that happens so much more frequently now because people don't have villages anymore.
And everybody, we talked about this on another show that I was talking, that we covered villages, and it was because everybody is so scared to get involved now. It's so much. Everybody is so self-absorbed that nothing is no one's business except the wrong shit. The wrong shit is everybody's business. We talk about it all day long, but let something that's close to home and then it's
not minding my business.
like, I asked the question, like, because one of the things was there was a house and the neighbors kept complaining that it smelled, but nobody realized that the lady had been in there dead. They were just all complaining about the house, but the lady had passed away and her husband had passed away and they had been dead in the house for months.
That is wild.
No one knocked on the door. And when they were asked, they all said, yeah, when you would get to the house, it would stink so bad. And we would just run to mind our business. But everybody talked about the house and called it names and stuff like that. But nobody ever took the time to knock on the door and be like, is you good? Is you straight? Those people were dead in there.
That's terrible.
And that's the kind of,
that's the kind of society we live in now.
Like, I remember playing in my backyard when I was little, and the neighbors would just be like, "Hey, y'all okay?"
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't imagine having kids in the shed, and whenever no one's around, these kids are saying help. No one heard them. That's crazy. That's no one noticed that this lady didn't have.
That's like some Lifetime movie shit.
You feel me? Nobody noticed that this motherfucker didn't have the kids that she adopted. Or nobody, y'all don't do checkups on these children or something?
Like, y'all don't do background checks on people? Or
it makes me so sad. We're going to move on to our last what the fuck story because I can only do so much. 4 Missouri prison guards are charged with murder, and the 5th is charged with manslaughter and the death of a black man. So Othel Moore Jr. was 38. He was pepper sprayed twice, and he had his face covered with a spit mask, and he was left in a position that caused him to suffocate while he was in custody.
Wow.
Right. So, as if we didn't need the story to understand what the fuck happened, the cops were charged on Monday on June 28th, and the 5th one was charged with involuntary manslaughter. It was a group of guards at the Department of Corrections emergency response team was sweeping one of the housing units for contraband when he was pepper sprayed twice, put in a spit hood. I guess that's what the mask is called, a spit hood.
To keep people from spitting on people.
Right. So he was put in a spit hood, a leg wrapper stretcher, and then he was moved to a separate housing unit where he was left in the hood and in the wrap and in the position for 30 minutes. People heard him screaming that he could not breathe, and he was eventually taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. It was positional asphyxiation, which means the way that his body was positioned, he had no airway. The report said that he had blood coming out of his nose and out of his ears. Yeah. The prosecutors for the cops were saying that there's a systematic pattern of practice of racism and unconstitutional abuse in the Missouri Department of Corrections.
That sounds accurate.
That this was George Floyd 3.0 in a prison. That's horrible. So Justin Levens pepper sprayed him. Jacob Case pepper sprayed him. Aaron Brown put the spit hood on. And Gregory Veneer left him in the position. So each of those was charged with second-degree murder. One was charged with accessory to second-degree murder. And then a 5th person, Breanne Bradshaw, was charged with accessory to involuntary manslaughter. So what I'm assuming is Breanne walked by and didn't say shit.
Okay, so she was guilty by association.
Right, because how they it was the surveillance cameras is what pretty much told on everybody. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't say that she did anything, so I'm assuming that she saw it and she did not say nothing.
My question is, how much pepper spray did you need to use that 2 people pepper sprayed this man?
That was intentional. That was some kick him in while he's down shit.
Because what did you expect him to do if you pepper sprayed him not once but twice? Why would you pepper spray him and then put a spit hood on him?
Not exactly, but my thing is, have you ever had pepper spray? I remember being in a club a long time ago, and they sprayed the crowd because somebody was fighting. So they were trying to spray them, and the pepper spray traveled. And that's literally what you do. You cough and you spit because you can't breathe.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all put a hood on his face after y'all pepper sprayed him.
And then my thing is, don't you have to go through that when you're training? So you know how it feels to be pepper sprayed. So you know what response you had when you were pepper sprayed. So what did you think he was going to do, smile and bear?
And secondly, upon being pepper sprayed, you're not standing in one damn place. You know, what the fuck? Oh my God, I need to get something out of my eyes. So y'all pepper sprayed this man, and then y'all put the spit hood on him because he's reacting to y'all pepper spraying him, and you restrain his fucking legs because he won't be still?
Don't let me. It seems like the training needs to be updated.
It seems like I've been saying this on every single episode. Defund the police department and just start over. Start over. Defund the government to start over, but that's another story. But the police department, like, you guys are not serving and protecting. You guys are fucking bullies with badges, and it's horrible. Like, how many more stories do we gotta fucking report on when it's just like, yep, they're going to jail. Yep, they're going to jail, but people aren't going home. That's not enough. People aren't going home.
It's at the point now where people are murdering people, and they're like, well, people die every day.
What? It's a weird ass way of thinking. Like, there's no value to human life. It's like kill for sport. It's sad. It's really, really, really fucking sad. But my heart goes out to the family. This stuff just happened a couple of days before Christmas. So sad. So sad. And so we're going to go ahead and move on to something a little bit more chirpy. Little black babies. So shout out to black people, black children in particular. 1-year-old black baby boy from Arizona makes history for being named 2024's Gerber baby.
And he was so cute.
He is.
He was adorable.
Akil Sonny McLeod was recently selected as the winner of the Gerber's 14th annual photo search, making him the newest face of Gerber 2024, just in time for his first birthday. And what makes this so unique is the panel of judges were all prior winners.
That's cool.
So, yeah, they got to pick, like, pretty much, like, who they
said. They got a Gerber baby clown.
Yeah, okay. Real Gerber babies in Atlanta, okay. So they got to crown the next Gerber baby. So that's really, really cool, because I remember when I was growing up, it was that same drawn, it was an illustration of that Gerber baby, like, and it was like, right, you wouldn't think the same little bald baby. You did not think you would ever see a black Gerber baby. Or a different, or any kind of minority Gerber baby. Heck, a real Gerber baby. And, you know, whenever they were with hair, for a long, long time, the Gerber babies was all one color, even whenever they started doing the Gerber baby a year. Mm-hmm. So it's nice to see that representation showing up everywhere now, like in our commercials, in our TV, on our baby food. Come through, Q. Okay. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about the 13-year-old boy that published the first book ever about skincare for black children. The name of his book is called Wash Your Teeth and Close Your Eyes. I like that. Brian Eccles is 13. He wrote a book showing black children how to care for their skin. 2 weeks after the book was published, he and his mom were awarded $2,000 in grants to go towards his business. Pretty much, he realized that black kids don't really have a lot of skincare regimen products or a lot of different, it's just, you use the soap, you use that washcloth. Yeah. That's it. And he's going to his other friends' houses and they've got products and stuff for them. Mm-hmm. So he wants to be educated, on how to take care of his skin. So he asks his mom helps him out, and that's where the book comes from. So in the book, his mom helps co-authors the book as well. So a young boy named Ron, who brushes his teeth and he gets ready for school, he realizes that the products are not doing what they need to do for his skin. The magic melanin fairy. Mm-hmm. Her mission was to instill the love of black skin and show black babies how to care for it. Mm-hmm. So I guess the book has a theme. It's the melanin fairy, and she's going to show them how to use it. Okay, melanin fairy. Yes, and his book is available already on Amazon, so you guys can actually go check that out. When I get home, I'm actually going to go download it because I love children's books. I actually write children's books. So shout out to Brian. And it's called what now? His book is called Wash Your Teeth and Close Your Eyes. That title is, it's messing with my... Okay, shout out to him. We're going to leave it at that. All right. We're going to move on to celebrities that are up under real fire. There seems to be more and more of those every day. Mm-hmm. So we're going to talk about Ryan Garcia first, because, baby, is you cool? Is you cool? So, Ryan Garcia is actually headed for rehab after he had a wee bit of a racist meltdown on social media, which actually got him. If rehab's going to help with that? It's not. Okay. But it actually got him expelled today. He did. Yeah, he got expelled from the top boxing organization. They cut ties with him today.
As he should.
So he made remarks about George Floyd, and he made anti-Muslim comments, and then after he made all them remarks, he said he was going to go to rehab.
Didn't he also say he was a member of the KKK?
He did. I'm gonna read a couple of his tweets. He had a little bit of a meltdown. I'm not sure what induced it, what was in his system, but
whatever he had, I don't want none of it.
So, like I said, he said he was a KKK. He said, and then midway through all his crazy, he apologized in an extensive post, and at the end of it, he said, but if you got triggered by it, then you're too sensitive. Again, what? Are you cool? That's it. Is you cool? So here's a little bit of here's just a little bit of one of the tweets. Let me get this straight. I've actually supported Black communities. I've taken racism from other people calling me a zoo animal on ESPN, and then I turn the other cheek. But I'm the racist and the drunk because I'm saying shit about I'm saying shit that people say all the time, including Black people. Plus, it was my friend who told me to say nigga. I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying. Because he says I love all my niggas on one of the posts. So after the riot incident, World Boxing Council President Mauricio Solomon announced on X that Garcia has been expelled from the organization. So does expelled mean kicked out indefinitely? Or because suspended means you have the option to come back. When you're expelled from school, you can't come back, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. So he has been in trouble already for testing positive for steroids before matches. He's also been arrested for felony vandalism, $15,000 in damages to one hotel room. That's a lot of money to a room. He trashed a hotel in Beverly Hills, so those are the incidents that he has been facing. So what do you think about this?
I really hope that he gets the help that he needs, first and foremost. But you can't blame drugs on that because this has been sitting inside of you. You know what I'm saying? This has been sitting inside of you, and you took whatever you took, but all that how you already felt inside, and you couldn't control that. But you just showed who you really are. So I really hope that people pay attention to that. Don't let it be, he was on drugs. Right. No, this is who he is.
Because I know my mama and my granny used to always say that, like, you know, there's two folks in the world that's honest all the time, and that's a drunk and a child. Mm-hmm. I don't know if crack or whatever it's the same, but that nigga meant that shit that he was tweeting. Okay, he been holding that. He has stuff to say about everybody, you know? And then when he did apologize, he was like, if you triggered, then you're just too sensitive.
Okay, that is not an apology, first of all.
Wow.
I wish, and I want him to have that same energy when he get out of rehab and people done canceled his ass. Have that same energy.
It's just scary, you know, because it's like, get the help that you need, because boxing is like, you know, don't hurt nobody. Mm-hmm. Go get you some help now. Mm-hmm. Go do that. Don't get hurt because you're talking about everybody, but go get you some help. Ryan, Cha. We're gonna move on to Taraji P. Henson. She had really a mix up. I'm not even gonna say embarrassing moment because I feel like we made it bigger than what it really was. But anyway, there was a little bit of a moment when she mixed up Jordan Howard and Keith Lee when she was passing out her roses at the BET Awards. So she was passing them out, and she confused the two for each other, but not for no reason. We'll get to it. She immediately apologized, yada, yada, yada. Keith Lee went to social media with the rose that she had. He threw it on the floor, and he quoted, and I quote, "Our names will be in every room that they're supposed to be, when they're supposed to be, how they're supposed to be, with no confusion. God is amazing." What?
And then he further tried to follow up and say that what he meant was like the rose wasn't meant for him, so he only wants to, you know, take things that are meant for him. But you could have handed it back to her whenever. I handed it to you because there was somebody behind her,
right? So you could, and then let's dive deeper, because she let him do all of that. She let him speak his piece, and she said, and I quote, Life really is too short for all this behavior. You were not in your right seat. I practiced all week. No, not all week. I practiced all damn week for my cues and who I was supposed to say, what I was supposed to say to who. You were not in your right seat, Keith. That's what threw off everything. You missed your moment. Mm-hmm. That's what she told him. You missed your moment. And all of that other stuff, like about, they made the wife uncomfortable and this and that. Therese, you don't want your damn man. Like, come on. Why do we you got a man? But why do we keep doing this? I mean, when it was Usher, then it was the entertainers were entertaining. She was entertaining, and it was a part of the show. She was entertaining. How was she supposed to know you were in the right seat? Yes, exactly. Like she better even fool me. I was gonna stop the script and be like, "Excuse me, you're not really who's supposed to be a part of this scene. I'm gonna need you to switch back so I can get this right." And if she doesn't know who you are, like, that's not something to be offended by. Like, a lot of people didn't know who Keith Lee was. I didn't know who Keith Lee was until he came to Dallas and everybody made a big deal about it. That's not to say, like any disrespect or whatever, but he just never came across my timeline. So, you know what I'm saying? You just ain't been in the spotlight long enough for the entire world to know you. There's celebrities that I don't know. It's a big, big world. Everybody doesn't know everybody. Because you guys are all in the same building. Everybody don't know you motherfuckers, like, and that's okay, humble, because at the end of the day, this is the taste that you're leaving in people's mouths who don't know you. Well, now they want to know you, because if I'm not even there yet, you're not even there yet, my guy. But it's exactly what you were saying, like, no shade, no stunt, no bullshit. The rose wasn't even for you. That script wasn't even for you. Like, so you're mad about something that wasn't even meant for you to begin with. Like, not even the rose, but all of the other banter that you got your little feelings hurt about. None of that would have been smart, would have been a cool move if at the end of it, maybe he found Taraji and been like, let me introduce myself. Right. I'm going to tell you who I am. No, but people always miss a moment to hand out grace, and they try to hand out humility, and it backfires every single time because not everybody's looking at him like, now, sis. Child, like, for what? What was the reason? But anyway, like you said, that was a pivotal moment. That could have been a pivotal moment. Anybody could have known you because she could have been handled a different way. You guys could have played it off. She could have done a food review with you. You missed it. Like she said, you missed your moment. And we're going to our last story. It's a little bit, I can't call it humorous because this shit really happened. So on the 4th of July weekend, on the 4th of July, which was yesterday, South Padre Islands, had a little street shark. The one shark, throw niggas. They don't understand why. They don't even know why. Like that. Apparently, sharks don't do that. Sharks don't swim that close to the shore. First off, and the same shark bit 4 people, but not at the same time. Like, he bit somebody on their leg, and it was like severe and crazy sauce, and the EMTs and everybody had to go out there. And I seen a picture of that. Yes, he took a chunk out of her leg, and they was like, "Whoa, that's crazy! Y'all be careful. That's an isolated event. Sharks don't do that." Same motherfucking shark came back, spun back, got 2 more people, while one person was like, that person got bit. The other person got grazed trying to help the other person get away. So that was 2. 2, 3. You gotta go to the same time. He's taking bites out of crime all over the place. He's a menace shark. And then the 4th person that got reported was in the evening time. Why was you in the water in the evening? Baby, 3 folks got bit. Why would you be in the water in South Padre anyway? And we're going to spin the water back. Why would you also be in the water in Galveston? The water is nasty. See, So you must not really live in Texas. All these Texans know not to get in the water. I think I stuck my feet. Wait, was it Galveston? It might have been Galveston. I think I stuck my feet in Galveston for picture purposes, and then I immediately went to the shower. Like, a hotel was across the street. Immediately went to take a shower. It was real dirty. It's radioactive water. It's water around at night. I don't understand. But so street sharks. So y'all stay out of South Padre from the water because he got a beef with somebody, and what he's trying to find him. What they're saying is whenever the sharks get hungry, but they've never seen it in Texas, so I don't know why they're saying this. But when the sharks get hungry, they try to find the fish and da-da-da-da-da. But are the fish at the banks like that? Like at the shore banks? I've never been to the beach like on some, let me explore this shit. We went to Galveston. I took my pictures. I took my bath. I left. That was it. So, I mean, is it fish? I need to warn people. Don't go to fish at no sharks on this shit. That is the warning. He warned you 4 times. That shows how dumb we are. Like, oh yeah, I was gonna be me. You know there was that one nigga telling folks, hey, y'all stay out there. Why are sharks? And they're like, it ain't gonna be me. You know that they was reporting out there. You know there had to be, whenever he took that leg off that lady, you know that there had some reports. You know that they probably put caution signs or something. I couldn't imagine that they wouldn't. I seen the video. That was a big fucking shark. You can see the food and shit under the water. Why did you get in? Oh my God. Can you imagine being in the water, though? No, because I don't get in. I'm wearing the black. I'm not dignity. You know, black people. You know, there's a reason not many of us survive. We survive shark bites. You know, because that's so fucking crazy, though. Just in Texas there was some shark bites, some shark attacks, some shark activity. I was like, I don't call it none of that. He loves to hear about stuff like that. But that's all I got for you guys today for Black News. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be back next week with more segments and more news for you guys. Krissie Bee, friendly neighborhood journalist, signing out. Peace.